You've always heard you shouldn't give out your social security number, but now identity and cyber theft experts say do not give out your cell phone number so freely. Shawn Tuma from the law firm of Scheef and Stone is here to explain this morning. Hello, nice to have you.
Good morning.
You're a cyber expert. Okay,
yes.
And when you talk about phones, our phones are like our lifeline. So what are thieves doing to take your mobile number and use it?
Well, as you said, our Social Security number used to be our identification. These days, it's our mobile phone number in most cases. And so what they're doing is, if they can get a hold of our number, many times they can get a hold of our phones by going to carrier stores or other retail stores, pretending to be us, using what we call social engineering by pretending that I'm you, giving them your number, and then getting phones in your name.
And then once they've got the phone in your name, they've got access to all kinds of information about you. Is that right?
That's right, because whenever you go in to upgrade a phone, they'll restore it basically. So the new phone you get is a clone of your old phone because everything's been backed up in many cases.
Okay, so how do you keep people from getting your number?
Well, a great way to do
that
is don't get it out. Be very guarded with all of your information in today's digital world because people do that.
So I'm trying to think of the places where you would be giving your phone number out. Some examples. Or maybe you shouldn't do it.
Whenever you meet someone new, whenever you're at a conference or something like that, whenever you're at a networking event, a good way to do that is to have another number, something you can then give them instead of your primary number that you would use to go in and control your account.
Because unfortunately, you can't trust everybody that you meet. And
that's exactly right.
Especially if you're at a conference or something like that, I can imagine where maybe thieves might prey on that kind of situation.
Sure.
So you said like a Google account would be a good secondary account?
A great
way. And for folks who aren't familiar with that, how would you go about setting that up?
You can go to Google, and where you set up your Gmail, your other Google accounts, and there's something called Google Voice, and what you do is you pick a number that's available and you sign up through that through your Google account.
Okay, so you have the unfortunate occurrence that you find out that somebody does have your number. Then what do you do?
You need to go to the carrier store, if it's AT&T, to an AT&T store in person, talk to them as quickly as possible, because while you're wasting time, basically, thieves are using your phone to do other nefarious activities. So give them your identification, show them what's happened, let them look at the account and cancel that other phone out and get yours restored.
Okay, couple things, tips to protect yourself. And other than not giving your cell phone number out to a lot of people. Anything else?
In the cyber world in general, be very guarded with your information, number one. Number two, don't click on links.
Yeah. I've gotten some that say they're from the IRS, and you're like, oh my gosh, or whatever. If you click on the address, you'll find out it's not the IRS, it's joesmith.com.
Well, it is, and it leads to a website with malware on it many times.
And what are the other ones?
And the other ones, use good passwords. Don't use your name. Don't use the same password across multiple accounts, because they use that in other services. And then also, whenever you use security questions, don't use something that can be looked up on Google or Facebook or something like that. And then, you just have to be very guarded overall in how you use your information these days.
Okay, as we said, your phone is your lifeline now, so you have to be really careful. Thank you, Shawn, for coming in today. We really appreciate it. If you want more information on this, you can go to ShawnETuma.com about keeping your identity safe.